me, Monstrositus X. How y'all doing today? We're gonna get into some drawing today. It's sorry I missed yesterday, but things have to be taken care of sometimes, and that's what it is. So, all right, here we go. Wrong window. That's a character I was just messing around with. That's one of the tech dudes from Might. Uh, this is I was messing around with. I basically had this one figured out. I just didn't like the position his arms and everything was in. See, I had his legs up here like that, but I changed it. I didn't like it a while back. This is an old one, and I was just messing with it to kind of get warmed up. This is how I had it, but I didn't like that. This is how I cleaned it up the last time. So that's not what we're working on now. That's just something that I was messing around with before I got started here. You see, I put some of this gray behind them and gave them their own layers and everything so that I could move them around and put them behind each other and so that they pop off they wouldn't be so confused when looking at it. So let's see. The only one we didn't do was, let me see, this is, oh boy, this is the Xenomorph. Let's can't really see him. It's kind of faint. Here's Wise. Here Wise. And there's Wise. So here's a Xenomorph. You can make him out a little. Let's see. Do 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 do. Here he is, right here. Have to clean that up a little. You can pretty much see it kind of jumping into action. Rah! Got to clean it up. We'll do that when we're designing his outfit. We're probably going to do another one where he's standing straight up and down so that we can get more into his design because he's going to be different from the other guys. So let's clean him out of there. Do 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 do. What was I messing with? Oh, jawbone. Messing with jawbone. Okay. Now I said I didn't like this top one because he's kind of like too straightforward. And let's clear this one on the bottom. This is better as far as the attitude, but I like the top one's leg better. And I could always move this up. do the same thing. It's not that difficult a thing to do. Let's see, we can get rid of this. Do, 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 do. Let's move this one up. Let's move this one up. And we gotta hold on, let me see what happened. I think it grabbed all of that. Let's find out. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what we could do with this guy. See what we can do with his head, his neck and his head. All right. And his knee. Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's see what we got here. Um, clean. Do 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 do. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, clear this up. Okay, are we going to put this head over here? Let's see. Let's get rid of that. We have a comment. Hey, what's going on, bro? Welcome back, monstrosities. Sorry I didn't able to finish your past live stream. No, it's okay. It's okay. You got to do what you got to do, man. It's okay. All right. You was here. Hey, you here again today. You representing, so you don't have to stay for the whole thing. If you don't have to, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Thanks for showing up, coming through, and yeah, we like that. So let's get back to this. Um, okay, now his body is, let me see, let's, okay, let's see what we're gonna do. No, let's make this head separate just in case. Need to mess it up some. You can do that. Oops. Okay. Head. Head. Okay. Now let's try this again. So let me see. Is he going to be? Is his head going to be over this way? Let's see what we're going to do. Should I raise this head up? Let me see. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Okay, I think we took that off too here. All right, let's wipe this off. And let's grab this and just move it up. Okay, let me see. Okay, where's his shoulder? Here's his pec. Here's his neck muscle. Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay, that's his shoulder. That's his shoulder blades. Shoulder. Okay, this will come here. Then there'll be a trap. His neck will be here. like it. I don't like it. Let me see. Get rid of this. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Okay, let's move it up. Okay. All right, let's move it back again. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's see. Yeah, this will come here. It's trap. Tech to the shoulder. Shoulder. Okay. All right, let me see. It's not working. It's not working. Oh, this would be a trap muscle over here. It's getting messy. Where's that? Okay. Let's get rid of some of this back here. Still missing his trap. Let me see. Where's my other drawings of this guy? Yeah, there he is. Okay. Let's get this knee higher up. And no. Let's get this out of there. That's what it is. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Right. Let me see. Okay, now let's get back to this trap and the shoulder. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm not getting the right position on this for some reason. Okay. Let me see. Where's his head at? Where's your head at? Right. Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Let me see. Got to be somewhere in here. Struggling. Okay. I'm struggling, but I am. It happens. It's just one of them days. Let me see. I'm unhappy. Let me see. Let's see. I just recently found out about your another YouTube channel. I saw there was some movie reviews posted on that channel. That spare channel still active? Yeah, it's still active. Matter of fact, I got to start putting some more reviews and stuff up there. It's just that I'm so into Might and trying to get the story and everything down. I can't. It's like a lot of takes a lot of time to edit videos and all of that stuff. So I have to find a faster way to do that. So being that this is my drawing and comic book channel, I've been trying to build this one up too, get more art. That's more what I'm accustomed to. So I'm trying to keep that moving. But yeah, I want to get that up there. I want to put some movie reviews, TV, old TV shows, all of that, like Hawaii 5 from back in the days, Cannon, uh, what's the dude, Magnum PI, Starsky and Hutch, stuff like that. It's just that I gotta watch it and then get it on the computer and do do take cuts out and do it all. It's a lot of time, and I need to get this mic campaign up, and it's just a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, man. So yeah. Here's your head at. Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Matter of fact, that's okay. That is right. That is right. Maybe I should turn his body a little more like this. His pecs up that way and shoulder higher up here. Just coming down here. There's your head at. Where's your head at? 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 All right. That means I'm going to have to turn his ribcage too. This right here. Where your head at? Where your head at? hear that? His shoulder's a little big anyway. Okay. All right. Let me see what this other one is. Okay. That's the face. All right, why jawbones give me such problems? Let me see. Okay, hold on. Hold on to the log. Got to hold on. Hold on to the log. Hold on to the log. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a little couple of digital quick fixes. Little digital cheats. Couple of digital cheats. Let's see what this can do right here. Little digital cheat. Little digital cheat. Little digital cheat. Little digital cheats. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. Got the trap already in there. We can pull this one down. Hold on. Okay, let's see how that one works. Let's get this pencil out, and we're going to connect a little bit more. And this is pectoral right here. And we'll clean that up a little. Shoom, 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 shoom. And get this up to here like this. And this will come here. And some more digital fix-its. Some more digital fix-its and Puyaka. Okay, let's see what we got here. Right. Okay, that can't be there. It can't be there. Okay. It looks a little better. Let's get a lot under here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's make this shape in here. Yeah, this is all off. This is off. This is off. This is off. 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 Shooby, down. Shooby, down. Breaking up is hard to do. Let's get this up in here like this. And then okay. Pain in the butt hand. Pain in the butt hand. Pain in the butt hand. Okay, I'm playing around with this too long. Oh yeah. I see I did subscribe to your monstrosity section too, like so I can watch your upcoming uploads. Okay, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be trying my best to get that up and running on more regularly. I think I put up 2 videos not too long ago, and that was it. I still got to put up the videos about the Wizard magazines that I was doing, and my earliest drawings. I got that on my phone. I gotta download it onto. I keep forgetting to bring up my transfer cord so I could transfer the video out of my phone to the computer and then put it up. This arm is too cramped. That's because I want it to look like it's going back, but it's also coming forward at the same time. Right here in this area, it's coming forward, but this is going back. so it's looking cramped instead of foreshortened. Okay. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got here. Okay, we're not going to go that way. Oops. All right. Yeah, we're working on the same layer. Okay, let me see. And we can maybe put this up this way. Hold on. Got lawn. I gotta do some lawn work myself. Okay. Now he's looking like a mini with the clawed hands. Okay, let's see what we can do to straighten this up a little bit. Okay, let's. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, let's get this out of here. It's too much hand. Okay, that's the wrist. Here's the wrist. Okay. Noisy bastards. I remember you said that you were going to make a female character. Okay, yeah. We can do that too. I was thinking about that when I was coming up here. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that before I started messing with Jawbone, tell you the truth, because Jawbone was giving me some problems. So let me see. Let's find out. All right. Let's see. This is a new on the fly character. Let me see. We're gonna have to clean this up. There's too many. Let me see. Okay, this guy's okay. We don't need this. Okay, we'll use these two. Okay, let's compare pose. Let's see. Female. Female. Ooh, female. All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's hope that this don't. Yeah, baby. All right. Okay, let's clear you out of here. Jawbone, we'll come back to you, Jawbone. We're not finished with you yet, Jawbone. All right. Just started, so we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Damn, an hour already? I wasted an hour on Jawbone. All right. Let's see what kind of alien female we can draw. Make her sexy but wild. Wild and sexy. Okay. First, let me see. We gotta have her in space, right? So we got the color. What are we doing? Why is it so thin? Why is it so light? Oh, that's why. Ooh. Let's get over here. Opaqued. We opaqued it. Okay. Now let's get in here and see what we can do. Get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of those. 100% again. All right, now back to the female. Okay, let me see. What body position do I want her in? Females is good. You always gotta like slant their hips, make them look sexy. Shoulders go one way, hips go the other way. That's called counter posture. You see, most of the guys I do that with, I try to put some kind of slant on their hips. It gives attitude to your art. It gives a lot of attitude. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit there. Oh, that was a design phase. You can see a little bit here, but when you really when you with the more trying to put the attitude type posing into your work. Do, 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 do. Where are they? Oh, he's not. Oh, you can see all of that right here. Hips this way, shoulders that way. Same thing with all of them, or most of them. You'll see that with them. Hips this way, shoulders. You always try to make a slant with the hips or triangle or either way. That's what gives you attitude. This way, that way, doesn't matter. However you get those hips slanted from in the opposite direction from your shoulders. Not only that, if you put one knee up, like this guy, if you put the right knee up, you put the you try to put the left shoulder up, or you know the opposite. You put the left hand high if the right knee is up. You put the left leg up, or you put the left leg down. You put the right arm down. That's usually how you try to do it. Sometimes it works. Like this, how he's got a lot of attitude with his body because his shoulders up. His shoulders up and his shoulders down, and then he has the right shoulder up, the left hip is up. So the right shoulder's up, and then his left hip is up. So I could do almost anything with his arm because of I could put his arm straight up like that. You can do all kinds of things once you get that attitude in there. It's just learning how to get your musculature to follow those angles, and basically that's it. Once you can get all of that done, let me see, dragon. See, he's got the same thing too. Shoulders is like this, and hips is like that. That's what you got to do. Give your characters a little attitude. Here's the shoulders, like that. Hips, well, hips are a little bit straighter, but same thing. You try to get that attitude. Always that counter posture. See, this knee is up. This arm is up. This leg is down. Actually, that's wrong. This arm should be up. But because this leg is stretched out, I think that's why I stretched that like that. So it's across the body. This is coming across the body. I'm trying to get that arch across the body. That's another thing you want to try to give your body arch, that energy from the head to the longest, to the from the head to the longest limb. You want to give out. You want to have that energy come through the body. See, his comes up and he got a few curves going on with him, but that adds energy to the body. It's not just stagnant, straight up and down. That's what you try to get. Put your put that energy with your characters. Okay, let's get to the girls. Let's get to the girl. Let's get to the girl. All right, now let me see. See, I'm already throwing the hips that way. It's a hip bone, little thigh, hip bone, thigh, and all right, I'm trying to get some attitude. Here's her ribs. So she's basically like her stomach is stretched. The middle line going up center of her chest. I'm creating this oval. It's flattened to create like foreshortening of her chest. It's kind of telling everybody that she's laying flat. So I'm trying to say that she's, and then her head would be looking this, but that's sort of I'm over exaggerating in over here the body, but that's what you do when you want to foreshorten the chest. You kind of flatten it down a little bit. You want to make it look like you're looking from the bottom up towards the face. Even when your whole body, say like, if I'm not looking from the bottom, that's the wrong way. You gotta get rid of the neck. You shorten the neck when you're looking up. This is where your foreshortening comes in. Remember the crotch halfway, the rib cage is where your elbows and your your biceps. So even when you foreshorten, you got to remember those landmarks. Of course, as you get further away, the distance from the crotch to the from the head to the crotch is going to shorten because from here to the ground or to the ankles are going to get longer because it's closer to you. So in order to show foreshortening, the further stuff is away, it's going to be smaller. So this from here to here is going to be shorter from here to there. So you make them long legs and show the bottoms of the feet. Well, that's basically what that's about. Okay, let me see. That's too much to get rid of. Okay, whoops. Okay, let me see. Put her shoulder up there. And some hips. Now, see, I was just doing this pose. Repeat myself. Okay. Remember, female shoulders are close. Don't try to go all big unless you're trying to make muscle bound females. Okay, her arms are up, so you see some more of her rib cage. Pecs are stretched, so also going to pull up the breasts. Like that, like this, and like that, and like this, and like that, and like this, and Okay. Trying to get these. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let me see what this is going to do. All right, let me see. All right. Object about women is to keep their femininity, and that means slim. You gotta keep them slim, less lines in the face, in the arms. Shoulder, latissimus. Okay, all right, let's get this crossing right. The crossing guard in here. Come on, baby. All right. All right. So, okay. Can't have too big muscles. You can't have the muscles too big. Okay, let me see. You gotta go up here. Okay, let me put this down here. I think I'm losing it. All right, let's see. That's better. Much better. Okay, now I gotta move the rib cage over. That's wrong. All right. Let's see what you got there, boy. Okay, that's better. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. This her face, you're gonna have to make it bigger. Okay, let's see about her face. Her face. Your smile. Your smile. Okay. Wink, winky dink. A little bit. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's right. She's not supposed to be human. Hold on. You got to reevaluate right quick. She gotta look good, but she gotta be alien. Let me see. Alright, okay. Oh, okay. All right. me see, how can I make her look alien? All right, let me see. Let me see. How am I going to make her look alien? Mm. Mm. Let me take a good look at her from a little bit of a distance. Hmm. All right. Let's see. Hmm. Alien, alien, alien. Hmm. 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 I could give her some more arms. Give her some more arms. Or I can give her some more arms. Do something around the head. Let's take this. Tune up there. Female. Design. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. See what we got going on. That's quite amazing how you can able to put your characters into different positions without looking at any reference. That's comes from drawing human bodies for a long time, and I got kind of a little bit of a knack for the human. You got to remember, you look at human bodies every day of your life. Every time you go out in the street, you look at human bodies. I've just taken note of everything that I see. I watch UFC and I pay attention to the musculature, how they move. Um, this is something that I've been doing even when I wasn't drawing, I was always paying attention to human anatomy. It's in you all the time. You naturally know what a human being looks like. It's just that getting yourself to understand how the forms turn when you put them in different positions, and that's what I've take my time to understand how those different forms, how the arms turn. Like you see her elbow is turned up. You can tell her elbow is turned up. And I even have a little bow in it. I have a little bit of an arc in her elbow. It's very slight, but I can see it. And that's because when you, especially with females, when they stretch their arm out, they tend to get like a little bit of an outward bend in their elbow. And it kind of looks sexy if you get it right. If you can get it right, it's a little trick to it. But I always throw like my elbows in and then the rest of the arm. You see, and that's how I get my shapes. And then you know, that's the heel of your hand, and you have your thumb back here, and your fingers. It's just all about practicing. And here's your bicep is up top, your forearm, your deltoid, pec, your your back shoulder muscle, the deltoid, your rear deltoid muscle. There's three heads to the deltoid. There's the one center, big center mass that comes down between the tricep and your bicep. And there's the forward head, and then there's the back head in the back. But you don't see that sometimes. Depends on how you rotate the shoulder. You won't see that. So there's three main heads of the deltoid. Now you could put a whole bunch of striations in, you know, to make it look, you know, more, but it's mostly three main heads to the deltoid. Uh, the bicep is split into two, so even when you when I draw my deltoid, sometimes I split it up the middle like this. My bicep, I mean. And when I do that, the lower part of the deltoid, and then there's the muscle that comes up from the forearm that splits the bicep. Your deltoid comes down and splits the bicep from the tricep. And your pec comes over here. It's just about learning how to you like I developed my parentheses. One of my videos I talk about my drawing technique is parentheses, and that's because I try to do the same thing, well, similar things on one side that I do on the other. Like I always, you see me start off with parentheses, whether it be a shoulder or a bicep or forearms. That's how I always parentheses. That's my how I develop my shortcut. And you notice that's how I do with everything, even with the straighter forms. I still will come in and I'll try to do little curves. That's my thing. That's how I develop my shoulders, the degree of the curve of my parentheses. See now, everything is curved for me, curved in parentheses. Here's a bicep, here's a tricep. And then there's the muscle that comes up, the tricep comes down. There's another It's three muscles in the tricep. There's one here, and then the one in the back. So there's three, and the bicep is split into half. And then you have your muscle that comes down here that splits the two. It's part of the forearm. It connects your forearm and your helps flex your forearm muscles. Then you have your forearm striations. I know it's a mess, but it helps me a lot. As my that technique that I developed over the years, and I developed it from doing circles, doing complete circles to develop my character. Now, here's what I'm talking about. The head, the neck, trap, that's the muscle at the shoulders. Your pectoral muscles, the chest, pectoral muscles, the shoulder, bicep, shoulder, bicep, tricep, and forearm. Then you got your little bit of abdominals in here, and you got your oblique muscles, your latissimus dorsi up in here, and basically you just your hands, crotch, legs, knees, and then you get your calves, calves, shin bone, and then your foot. That's basically how I started out. I used to draw these types of characters all of the time because it helped me with foreshortening. I knew how to do the shoulder and the bicep. See how I overlap? That overlap helped me to get my foreshortening in the fist. And that will help me get my develop my style. But then I eventually got out of that and eventually got out of all of this and just started with the shorthand of it. Yeah, blah. The shorthand version of it instead of complete circles, just curves. I would curve everything. And now you still see me doing it. It's just that I know where everything goes. So I can develop my bicep. I know that the tricep from this angle, right? Here's the shoulder, bicep, tricep. There's another tricep, then the elbow comes to here. Then you got your forearm. Then you got, I always split my forearm off. Then you got your palm of your hand. So if I'm putting the palm up, that means the bicep has to come over the top. So, and then you have a little shoulder your latissimus, then you have your ribs. But you can see just from the curves, the little curves I throw up, it just builds every part of the arm. Shoulder, you can shape this. You don't have to have it. You can always come back and shape. But this is just my shorthand. This is how I developed my style. It basically breaks down every little part of the body. I break down the shoulder to the bicep to the tricep to the forearm to the, well, to bicep to the tricep to the elbow to the forearm to the wrist to the, that's how I draw every time. So I don't, I see David Finch draws and he just draws basically the outline because he's been drawing so long and proficiently the way he does it that he knows the shapes of just the outline of the arm. He'll come down and he'll know that his forearm is coming out, uh, and he'll just have it out there, and then he'll come in later and fill it in. See, I can't do the the outside line without seeing the overlapping inner lines. See, everybody develops their own technique. After so many years of doing it the way he does it, he can just draw the outside and then come back in and fill in everything later. He knows where everything goes. And I know it, but I can't just go in like that. It'll take me a while to do that because I haven't drawn in so long. So I have to go back to my original techniques that got me to where I am. But after, if I figure by the time I finish drawing Mike, that I could start doing that too. That I'll be so familiar with my forms that I won't have to draw all of these interconnecting lines. I could just do the outside stuff because see what he does. He knows that he's gonna draw these outside lines like this. He'll draw these outside lines, and he knows that he's gonna come in and cross hatch and leave um, a rim lighting. He's going to leave space for rim lighting, all of that. My brain doesn't function like that right now with the lighting and everything. I have to draw, then come back in. And even though some of my drawings all instantly come in with shadowing, with some shading at some points, like you'll see under her arm, you see how it is shading. It looks like it's shading there. Sometimes I naturally just happens, but I don't intend to see. I'm just finding the form. I'm not looking to shade. Even here, right on the inside of her abdomen, you can see that there's a little bit of shading going on right here. So these are things that every artist has to find his own thing. Yeah, you're gonna, if you after drawing for a while, you'll find your own niche, something that makes art really easy for you. Uh, it's just finding the proportions to make it look the way you want it to, because um, I have a more of a realistic type of style because that's what I like. I like that more realism, but I also have a cartoony type style because I like the blend of it. I don't like mine's too realistic, and I don't like it too cartoony. So I like a nice blend. So yeah, I like my girls to look pretty and my guys to look kick ass. And that's basically what I go for. So you can see I like it. Her lips are nice. She has nice, mean eyes. Her nose kind of a little bit off, but it's almost there. It's mostly in the cheekbones. Getting the cheekbones and everything to line up. You have to get the cheekbones to line up with the mouth. You see how I have this line coming in here, and this line comes. It's like it's a technique I learned from how to draw the marble way. You can't. I've never seen. I've seen other like uh, somebody I know. I told them that you can't draw women's faces. You have to stick to the technique, because once you start deviating, you're going to destroy the face. You make the nose, if you want to make the nose the way you want to make it, usually it's going to come out looking like a pig nose or something like that. You have to be delicate, not too many lines. Don't try to put in every little thing, because you start doing all of this, it's just going to be way too much and it's going to destroy the face. You want as little lines on the woman's face as possible, especially when around the nose. And well, you can do like when she's yelling, you could do lines around the mouth like that. But for the most part, and maybe some mean stuff like that, but not too much. I've seen guys that know what they're doing when it comes to cross hatching, and they'll put lines all over her face, and she'll still look feminine. So I don't know that yet. I'm working my way to that. But when it comes to penciling and knowing how to get my bodies and my forms and my anatomy down, I know my anatomy. Female, male, I don't care what the body pose is. It might take me some time, because, like I said, I haven't been drawing in a while, so every body position isn't as familiar. But I know what each limb, the torso, the back of the body, I know what it looks like from every position. So I'll eventually get there. So it's not like I might struggle a little, but I'll eventually get there. That's guaranteed. And that just comes from getting to know the human body. It's not like I draw so much that I know the body. It's just my mind, my mind's eye knows what I see. And that's what it is. You don't have to draw necessarily all the time to familiarize your mind's eye with the human anatomy. And I know the human anatomy. That's all it is. I know it when I see it. I don't need references. I know it. What I need references for is like shading and lighting and stuff like that. But other than that, just to draw a shape of the human body, no, I don't need any references. I need references when it comes to the extra stuff, like maybe some armor, stuff like that, because these are not things that I see all of the time. So things like that might come in, a little bit more difficult, or I might need to refer to it. But for the most part, when I get reference stuff, if I got a bunch of superhero stuff, it's because I'm trying to design stuff, so I'm trying to get my mind into the flow of superhero. See, look at, I know all of this forms. I know these forms. See, look at how I'm used to seeing these forms. I'm used to seeing these forms. What I See, this is good for the angle. How often do you get to see this downward angle from this side like that? So it's not easy to just make it up out of your mind sometimes, and you do need to have those references just to show you where some of the landmarks fall and get them used to being seen in your mind's eye. But I know most of these things. Oh, wrong way. See, I'm into clay too, 3-dimensional molding and sculpting. That's another good thing that can help you with your artwork. If you know what it looks like in 3 dimensions, it makes it easier to get it down in two dimensions. So I look up a lot of stuff. This is all for me to reference for drawing because different positions, body position. This is because I got this because he's so diesel. He's big and thick, and so I was trying to. I think I have this somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, it's right. Where is it? Heroes. Here he is. See, I was trying to draw the fat boy right there. That's where I got that from. He's not fat, but he's real muscle bound. He's like Kingpin. He's so big, so muscle stacked with muscles. He looks fat, but he's like all solid muscle. So that's basically where I get that from, why I put that there. But all kinds of see for anatomy, the musculature, to see how the lines come down into right in here. This is where it gets difficult sometimes. I get lost right in here. And then transitioning from the thigh to the hip flexors to the thigh. Sometimes I can get lost right there. But everything else, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. And the back, that was another part where I used to struggle with the back muscles, especially right up in here with the scapula, because I used to draw this part right in here, this little cup under, and it made it look like the pec muscle, the chest muscles. So I used to hate drawing the back. I used to hate it. Now I don't care. It's easy. It's not a big deal no anymore. Yeah, so I just use his references for the hand. Use references, but I don't what I do is I study it and I look at it and I look at it and I examine it and I examine it and I examine it and then I put it away and I just draw. And I trust my brain. I trust what I see in my mind's eye. The pictures inside my head. I trust them. I just trust them. But when I have comic book references, this type of stuff, that's because of costumes. I'm not looking for the anatomy. I'm looking for costume designs. How can I vary from these designs to make my own original designs? So that's why when I come through and I have this types of stuff, and some of it is to see how he has the knee here and how he has the leg high up here. How much of the body do they show in their splashes, cover pages? Because that's what I'm trying to develop my own covers and stuff like that. So I'll check out to see how much of it do they show. How much see like they have the whole every piece of it. The anatomy is showing here, but this isn't a cover. This is look like a double page splash or something like that. Yeah, but this mostly is for design purposes. How do they design it? See, I don't like this. I don't like the leg positions here. It looks too stunted. It looks too stunted for me. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying it looks stunted to me. That looks good. That's cool. See, all of these things. I see. This is what I'm telling you. He's got the counter posture. He's got the right hand up and the left leg up. The right leg back and the left arm back. That's how you do counter posture. Is but he's got the left shoulder, the right shoulder high, left shoulder low, and the left right hip high and the left hip low. But because of the that jumping running position, it works because he's got his left leg forward, the right arm forward, left hand back, and the right leg back. So that's counter posture, the opposite. The opposites are going forward. So that's basically what I need. That's what I got a lot of references, a lot of references, hell of a lot of, but that's just for positions. Maybe I see, there's only so many positions that I could think of. Sometimes you need help. So yeah, I do go through and I look at other people's stuff and see how they handle certain body positions and putting two characters and three characters like together like that, having compilation poses like this, a bunch of characters on the page at one time. I just see how they handle it, putting in the backgrounds, all of that stuff. That's mainly what I need. But as far as drawing the body, I hate this arm. This front arm that matter of fact, I don't like either one of the arms. I don't like this pose at all. I think the chest, that center line, I think is off. I think his center line should come up here somewhere. And then, because he has such a round body, a barreled out chest, I think that's it's way down here, and that means his head should be further down this way. It's just wrong to me. It just doesn't look right. The coloring is great, but this arm doesn't look foreshortened right. Just doesn't look like it's the right position. It's like his arm should be higher up in this position. Like he should show more of a circular cutting off that deltoid. Have the deltoid higher, the arm higher. It should be rounder. It's just you're not seeing the foreshortening, not in the way that I would want to see it. But these are things that you can learn from other artists, different positions, see how the neck and everything gets hidden behind the pec, the chest and the deltoid. All these things you can learn from checking out other people's poses, see how they handle different. That's the last one. But yeah, you can. That's what I use to, and then I put it away. I put it away. I study stuff and then I put it away. I don't I don't try to copy off of what somebody else does. I just try to remember what I liked and then I try to find my own body positions, and maybe they might be similar, but they're not exact. So they're not exact rip-offs of what somebody else has done. And that's when you learn, because then you're finding your own body positions. You're not using what somebody else does to directly influence what you do, even though it is influencing you, but it's not where you're copying exactly what that person has done. You copying what you remember, and that can change. And that alone, you can find your own style. Okay, let's see what we got here. References. Oh, how I wish I can pay attention like that, because I can't even figure out how different human anatomy works. Well, it's all the same. There's a skeleton, the skull, arms, legs, rib cage, hips, pelvic bone, and leg bones. It's all the same. It just has more meat on it. So if you can draw thin, you should be able to draw thick. It's just remembering the landmarks. Let me get that off of there. Oops. Okay, Spanky. Okay. Oh, let me get this down. All right. Let me come back to that. Okay. It's remembering the landmarks. Still, whether he's thin, whether he's thin. Matter of fact, hold on. He's a little too wide. Let's let's make him really skinny. Okay. Whether he's thin. Here's the pec, your chest muscles, then your rib cage, then your abdominals. There's about 6 that shows, then your belly button, or 2, 4, then your belly button, and then you got your cup. Then you got your stride, your oblique muscles. They kind of just frame. Then you got your hip flexors. Then you have your thighs. So basically, everything works the same. If he's thin, well, get these. He's a little bit off. Okay. If he's thin, elbow, elbow, crotch, crotch, hand, hand. All works the same. Then from head to crotch, crotch, same thing. Right? Now he's still a normal size guy. That's basically a normal size guy. Right? Then I should have put him on another layer. Okay, let's me. All right. Okay. Now that's a regular size dude, right? Now the same dude, fat. Had the shoulders, same place, basically. Get his, just make sure he's got his elbow, elbow, same place. Crotch, same place. See, knees at the same place. and get your ankle down there. Hip flexors, same thing. It's all the same. Pecs. It's just knowing your proportions and keeping your proportions. You just thicken up, make things wider. You make things wider. Skinny dude, same thing. Make the head skinnier, longer, right? Elbows, same place. Crotch in the same place. Elbow, crotch, hand, crotch, hand. Same thing. Same height, just about. Same height. Crotch. It's just paying attention to what you just paying attention to the same basic stuff. Now, I didn't put anything there. It's just a couple of lines. There's no real definition of anything, but everything you can see, the landmarks are at the same place. Elbow is right where the rib cage is. So this should be higher. The rib cage should be right at the same places. And then your elbow, then you put your forearms. They all should line up, no matter how thick they are. If they're the same height, everything should line up. And that's when you can learn to start making, like, fat guys. You can really get in there and start putting really good big weight on them. Okay, that's getting a little too muscular, but you get their stomach and but you don't want, if you want to make them look fat, then you don't want to do the definition thing. You just got to play with it. I don't draw a lot of big heavy set dudes, but I got some heavy set dudes that's going to be in might, and I'm learning. But it's because I already know the human body. I just got to put the weight on, and then not make it look flabby. Learn how to make it look flabby, and that's just not really trying to go all out with the musculature. You really learn how to, then you got a belly button. Yeah, you can really, and there's another thing with big people, sometimes their knees buckle. You see sometimes when heavy set people lose weight, they still have that bent in knee look, like their legs still look like this because the weight forces their knees inward. Like if you ever seen Spartacus, I think that the dude who played in the last two seasons, I think he used to be heavy set because he kind of stands with his legs in like this, kind of have that knock knee look. So yeah, uh, everything's the same, man. You just gotta make things wider, learn how to draw the flabs in the face. It's all the same thing. You draw the face, the mouth, but except for you can't. You have to. Here's the cheeks, the eyes. Now we see. That's another thing. You have to know the anatomy of the face. Faces, everything has its own anatomy, so that when you now you can put the ear here, put the hairline, but the idea is it's putting in that the the extra weight and subtlety. Sometimes you have to be subtle. Have to have that cheeks, and then you can. But it's the double chins that you're looking for. That basically describes, and then you get that big neck. That all helps. Depending on how big you want to go with them, you want to really make them super huge and obese. But yeah, there's different things. I have to work on my big men faces too. But I already have the basics down. So yeah, you doesn't matter how big or small, the anatomy is always the same. It's a man or a woman, it's always the same. It's not really, let me see. Okay, I'm just wondering what would be your planet called? What would be my planet called? Be like? Because MCU has their own different planets, universe, like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Xandar. Oh yeah, I have my own planets. I have my own planet names and all of that I've made up. I have the center of my universe is has a certain stuff. I can't get into it because I'm going to start getting happy about it and want to spill my guts. So I can't get into it because I that stuff is all going to tie in with my Nebula character. Oh, speaking of which, I think I have my Nebula character here. I was messing with him. Well, I wasn't really messing with him because I already designed him. This is a copy that I because I copy him like I make like several copies just in case something gets damaged or the file gets corrupted. So the other ones that I finished, I kind of took off. Well, I didn't take it off, but I put it on an exterior hard drive and I saved it a couple of times. But this one is the older version, so I can show it off. I took this stuff out of the background because I had stuff in the background like this. So you had, let me see, I had this stuff in the background like this. See, I could take it out, but yeah, this is I took his name off of it and everything, and so this is the beginning designing stage where I was designing it. And let me see, around, oh, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, right there. I was, yeah, and I was designing his head here, having that separate because I was going to put a mask, a certain kind of mask on his face. I finally got all of that worked out, but yeah, this is a good character. He's a character that I was all working on for the Mike comic book. This guy, he has to do with artificial intelligence, but he doesn't really. It's not about artificial intelligence. So the storyline behind that character has nothing to do with artificial intelligence. But yeah, so I got a lot of characters. There's gonna be like 12 characters that's just on the superhero team. This guy, Cube, he's not even on the team. He's like a side character that you're going to witness his origin story in the pages of Might. And then you're going to have the Nebula character. He's going to be a guest star. There's going to be 3 guest stars, and they're going to show up, and that can possibly spin off into books later on. Okay, let me get to this girl. All right. Yeah, so all these characters, man, I'm just can't wait to get them on the pages and show y'all in full color and with all of the backgrounds. Because Nebula character, he's got a nebula behind him. I kind of did that nebula look with the different colors and the swirly swatches of colors with the planets inside. Oh man, it came out pretty good for my first nebula, and that's behind him. So if you can imagine where he is, where is he? This with a nebula behind him with a bunch of planets and stuff like that and stars in the background, and then a big sweeping colors, kind of misty looking, all sweeping through all in the on a black background. Yeah, it came out pretty good. You'll see it soon. You'll see it soon during the campaign. I'm gonna show all of these guys off. Uh, gonna be talking about all of them, and then the more I talk about them, that's when I'm gonna be putting up the updated stuff on the campaign. So all of this stuff is gonna be coming to y'all guys. Telling you, it's gonna be a lot of characters, a lot of story, really good, really good stuff coming. At least stuff that I haven't seen. I don't know because, like I said before, I haven't seen and read every single comic book. Shoot, I can't even remember half of the stories of the comic books I did read because it's been so many years. But I've been pulling out my comics, so we're gonna get back into that. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. Uh, let's get her neck in here. Yeah, it might be a little too thick. A little too thick. No. Okay. Yeah, for me, it was you got to find your own anatomy books that works for you. But for me, it was muscle magazines because that's all I had back in the day. Muscle magazines, and then comic books and how to draw the Marvel way. I didn't have internet. I didn't have anything. I just had a mirror. A mirror. I started working out a lot, so I had a mirror, muscle magazines, and comic books. How to draw the Marvel way. That's what got me to this point. So, like I say, for me, I would say don't follow your favorite artist. Learn anatomy first, and then go to your favorite artist, because then that way you'll learn more. To me, that's for me. I don't know how other people do it, but for me, that's how I learned. I think it's a better way to learn because I found my own techniques. I found my own. It's like I understood what I was drawing instead of just copying what somebody else did and trying to make my art look like what they did. I really understand building anatomy and foreshortening and all of this stuff because of taking the time to really practice and learning different things on my own. Well, but like I said, I had no choice. I didn't have internet. Like you guys got YouTube, you could find Dan Frager, you could find Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin, all of these pros that got tips and helpful this and all of. I didn't have any of that. Didn't have anything. It was just trial and error, trial and error. Keep drawing, trial and error until you developed something that worked for you. And this was working. This has worked for me. So basically, I'm trying to get from this to the comic book stages, and you're going to be watching me soon on story time. I'm going to be doing some panel work, and I'm going to be doing some panel work for Mike. Might as well start showing off some of it. I'm just trying to get my routine down to where I'm not having to do other things. I'm trying to carve out a niche. See, once I get this first campaign up, if I can get a decent campaign and to where I know I can make a decent amount of money, if I get like a $20,000 campaign working, I know I'll be able to like survive, and that's when I'll be able to put more into just the art instead of focusing on other things that I have no choice. But once I'll be able to focus on just the art, then it'll be like, yeah, I can just crank out stuff. But for now, yeah, we're gonna let me see what we can do here. Let's put a little bit of background on her. I want to figure out something. I gotta figure out a nice. I was thinking about some kind of like things coming off of her head or something coming off of her back. Or like I'm saying, some kind of arms, extra arms. I don't want to do no tentacles off of her head. Got to think of something. Doom, doom, doom. See, the designing part, that's where it gets difficult. That's where it takes a lot of brain power. That's when I need references. But what do I need for references? Alien stuff? What kind of alien stuff? Maybe deep sea stuff. Hold on, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I can look up some kind of deep sea stuff. Oops, let me take this down. Yeah, I got other planets. Yeah, because you already have Might Universe, but I'm thinking how many planets on Might Universe have. Oh man, we're gonna have a lot of different stuff. Like I said, we're gonna be visiting different planets. We're gonna be visiting different universes. Well, maybe not different universes, but different dimensions. Um, because we don't have universes. There's not going to be any of that alternate universes where we have other versions of this character. Nah, it's not going to be any of that. It's just going to be um, we're going to have one set of superheroes. We're not going to have no multiverse over here. We might have different dimensions where totally different types of beings exist, but not alternate versions of Might and my Nebula character or Everman. There's not going to be no alternate versions or Wreck or any of them. So it's not going to have any of that. Whatever happens is going to be permanent. There's not going to be no coming back to life sort of thing. Uh, I'm not saying never. I don't want to cut myself off of some of the tropes, but if a person dies and it's one of those types of death, they're not coming back. But if I could find, if there are ways to make it work, yeah, I'll make it work. But it's not to have these alternate versions all over the place and popping in and popping out. No, I want to have it so that my superheroes are jumping around and fighting good bad guys, really quality made bad guys. I have so many quality bad guys that I don't need to play around. Let me see. Let me show y'all a little something like this. Open this, and we're gonna pull up. See that right there? This is my Bible. This is the book that I put all of my character names in. And I have over 10. These are 3 books, 3 composition notebooks. And you can see there's tied together. And there's a space for a pencil in the first book, and there's a space for a pencil in the second book, and there's the pencil tip right there in the third book. So each book has thousands of names in them. Some of them have origins, some of them have abilities, some of them have different types of things written next to them, and a lot of them have nothing written next to them. It's just the name. But this is what I go into when I need names for superheroes. And there are superheroes that I didn't want to bring out first because I didn't know whether somebody would be out there trying to steal my characters. So I brought up all of these characters that really didn't have anything written next to them. And all of these dudes right here, these are the 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 12, 14, 15, 16. Hold on, there's one too many. There's only supposed to be 15. But anyway, 3 of them, 1, 2, oh no, there's 4. Oh, that's right. There's one too much because Cube, he's not supposed to be there. He's not part of the group. There's 12 superheroes. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. These are regular superheroes that's going to be in the book. And they're going to be going up against bad guys. This guy over here in the corner, he's Mega. He's another character that you're going to see his origin in the pages of the book. It's going to start out with this big fight scene, and then afterwards, you're going to start witnessing his origin and Cube's origin. And then there's three cameo characters that's going to be in the midst of the fight. That's this guy, this girl, and this guy. They're gonna be in it. This guy, he's gonna be in the pages of Might. You're gonna witness his origin in the pages of Might along with him. And then there's a third bad guy who's gonna have an origin story who comes from the same company that Cube came from, but they kind of went separate directions. And one guy turned out bad, and the other guy turned out good. So I'm telling you, I got all of these stories, all of these characters. This guy up here, he once was a slave. This guy next to him, he works for this magic dude. He's his protector. This girl right here, has unknown origins. A metal dude. She's a magic person. I'm telling you, I got all kinds of characters in here. Nightshade was helped by Warhammer's friend, and that's how her origin came around. The dude that he protects, he helped her save her life along with Might. So I'm going to be showing you all of these characters, and you're going to see some spectacular stuff, man. I'm telling you. You're going to be witnessing the birth of a universe of superheroes, from outer space type superheroes like the Green Lantern type. You're going to see all kinds, Superman types of characters. I'm going to have all kinds. You name it, I'm going to have it. And I'm not ripping off anybody. You're going to see that these guys are all originally thought out. You're not going to see, I'm not going to be like, like how Icon, he's basically a ripoff of Superman. He crashes to Earth. I think the sun his powers him, and I'm not going to have any of that type of stuff. He's not gonna my superhero type, my Superman type character is not gonna be from outer space. He's not gonna crash to Earth. There's not gonna be any kind of ripoffs. Most of my characters are originally thought out. So you're gonna be seeing characters that are well, I think they're new. You're gonna have to let me know. I got a metal dude. Here's a metal character. He's a metal man. So there's going to be some dudes that's going to be typical types of characters that you've seen before. But other than that, there's going to be some characters that's going to be obvious, where you can say like the obvious type tropes, not ripoffs necessarily. But even so, you're still going to have to say that they're ripoffs, because some characters you can't help but rip off. Like any character that you're going to make fly with a cape, that's basically Superman. So there's some things you can't help but rip off. No matter what you do, somebody's going to say that's a Superman character. It's a ripoff of Superman. No matter what I say, they're going to say, well, he flies, he has a cape. That's a ripoff of Superman. Nothing I could do about that. Tomorrow, I have to take care of some business, so I won't be coming. We won't be streaming tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday, we should be back. Hopefully, after tomorrow, I should be able to get more consistent. And I'm gonna see what we can do right here. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Yeah, man, you just keep practicing, and your your anatomy will get better, your speed will get better. Hmm. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? There we go. Yeah, terrible. Okay, it's rough, but let's just fill it in, get it done. And look at that mess up there. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. What do we got? What do we got? Do 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 do. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna have to come back to this. Got to talking too much in schooling. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do do do. Okay, we didn't do Joe Bone. We have to get back to that too. Okay, where's Zeno? Here's Zeno. Let's get homegirl. This is up here. And this is here. And we're gonna pop this down right here. Do a little something like this. So we can add this to the page. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Hold on. Let's back here. Okay, gonna put him there, right there. Gonna put her right there. And then we're gonna put Wise. I'm gonna take Wise and we're gonna put him right there. No. Take Wise and put him right here. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Now, once we start getting some different shades, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if we can darken this a little. What I'm gonna have to do is come in here with some grayscale, like come in here with a little bit of something like this. You know, I'm gonna have to come in here with a big brush like this. No, that's not big. That's not big at all. Come in here and start throwing some shade. Okay, what is it? Oh, that's the wrong one, baby. Okay, there you go. Get rid of that. What I'm gonna have to do. What I'm gonna have to do. Oh, brush density right there, and then we come in here and do some. We have to do bigger than that. What we gonna? That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna come in and throw a little dark on there. Let me see. Let's try 8. Yeah. Nope. Let's go bigger. Let's go. Yeah. Something like this. Come in and throw in some shading and stuff like that. That's what we're gonna have to do. Come in and start throwing in some shading and bring up some highlights and all of that. And make that stuff pop. And then color it. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Ink it, color it, because this is painting. I don't know if I want to paint it. I could paint it first and then come over the top with some ink. But that's what we're gonna do that. So, we're gonna take our time and do that, not just throw it in. Not gonna just throw it in. Take our time and do it right. So we got a female up in here. I have to find some kind of way of putting some alien. Maybe I may give her some big ears or something like that. Some kind of big ears. Something that comes out and something like that. I'll figure something out. Oh, that's wise. You have to get rid of that. But we're gonna get back to this. Let me see how much time we got. Ooh, 3 hours. Okay. Okay, it's 3 hours. I'm hungry. We still got 4 minutes. 12 o'clock, we stop. Stop at 12 o'clock. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your art knowledge, and I really appreciate it. Not a problem, man. I don't know how much I got to share. All I can tell you is what I developed over the years for myself. The little things that I know and learned. I don't know what I know until you ask the question. So, yeah. All right. Let's see what else you got to say. Wow, that book is thick. Yeah, it probably takes years to bind together. Yeah, well, I ain't worried about binding it together. What I use it for is to get names and character ideas and abilities, any origins and stuff like that. So all of those new characters that I thrown up there to put in the book just for I put them up there with the intention maybe killing off some of them and then bringing in the characters that I want in the book, the characters that I did more work on, and I can't wait to really get put out there. But now that I'm developing these characters, I'm falling in love with them. So uh, the characters that I thought that it was just going to be flash in the pan characters that I was going to bring in here and, use them to establish the Mike world and universe, and then I could kill them off and bring in my more favorite characters, to be more permanent. But these characters, I'm starting to love them. So I don't know. It's gonna hurt me when if I had to kill somebody. If I had to kill off a character, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot because I'm liking there's one character that it totally and absolutely intended to kill him off, but as soon as I start drawing him and developing his abilities and stuff, I was like, daggone, he's such a cool character. Oh man, I'm gonna have to find something else. So I don't know. So we're gonna develop this book, and then we're gonna find a way to try and get some of my more favorite characters brought into it. So yeah, somebody's gonna have to go. Somebody's gonna have to go. So we're gonna be working through that and figuring out who we can bring in to take out and all of that type of thing. So I think the next time we're gonna start designing. The next time we're gonna start designing some costumes so that to put on these guys, and then we can start flushing them out, coloring them, and everything else. Inking and coloring them. That's what's coming next. Let me see. I gotta finish Homeboy though. I gotta finish Jawbone, and I have to design the bad guy separately. Yeah, his design has to be a little bit different. Then I have to figure out why he's the bad guy and all of that other stuff. Yeah, so for now, I'm gonna get up on out of here and make me something to eat for breakfast. And I'll see you Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Tomorrow I got something to do. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, I got something to do tomorrow. And I'll be back on Wednesday. Nope, Thursday. So yeah, people. Thanks for coming through. Please subscribe to my channel. Help build this up so we can get Mike out to as many people as possible. And I'll check you later. Welcome to the Goddom, and I'm out. Later, Pat.